Right at the start, even the judge seems unsure why this deal exists. Imagine a teacher admitting they don't know why they handed out a test, not a good sign. You can already tell this case won't be simple.
All right, so here's the thing. I'm not even sure where this agreement came from and why I accepted it in the first place. Okay, this is cause numbers 223910, 22390101. Are you Leticia Tibo? And Miss Tibo is on.
Failing to register isn't some minor slip-up. For offenders under supervision, this rule is the backbone of the system. Break it, and judges usually lose patience fast.
Currently on probation for failure to comply with sex offender registration in each of these cases. I looked this up. I think there may be, and Ms. Simon's here, this update report says 2 10-year adjudicated probations, but it was a 2-year term.
It was 2 over 5.
2 TDC over 5, correct? Okay, just making sure. And so Ms. Tibo was previously here, entered pleas of true to counts 2 and 4 in the motion to revoke probation. And I've received the updated pre-sentence report. Have you all received that updated report?
Yes.
Any additions or corrections to that other than the one that I already made?
I know.
And there was no agreement. Is there any evidence with regard to the other counts, Mr. Hoffpower?
Any new, meaning new failed to register?
No. I don't know. She pled true to counts 2 and 4, so there's obviously some other counts. Do you have any witnesses or evidence with regard to those other counts?
The prosecutors are trimming charges, dropping the weak ones to focus on the ones they are sure about. Think of it like poker. You fold the weak hand and bet heavy on your strongest card.
We're going to full abandon those counts.
Okay.
Other than I call my probation officer. But, I like her opinion.
Okay, so I guess there was an arrest in
It's in Florida.
Palatka, Florida. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me.
Putnam County.
Okay, so count 1. Why don't you have any evidence with regard to count 1 if your probation officer's here?
We can call. Sorry, apologize, Your Honor.
Ma'am, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. You may proceed.
Now the probation officer takes the stand. Their word often carries huge weight since judges rely on them to decide if someone deserves another chance or not.
Please take the name from the record.
Sarah Simon.
I'm a son of you, the probation officer, Ms. Tibo.
I am.
Okay, and how long have you been in the prison?
Year and a half.
Okay, and throughout the time that you've been a probation officer, has you complied with conditions? Either one of the cases.
Speak up, please. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, she has not.
She's not.
Yeah, okay, in what instances has she not complied?
Ms. Tibo has had consistent reporting habits. She's not paid for her fees. She's educated in the
Was she allowed, first of all, was she allowed through her probation in Texas to venture out of the state and be in Florida?
No,
She wasn't allowed?
she was not allowed.
Is she allowed through her reporting as a sex offender to move or go to another state? I know probation. Is she allowed to leave the state?
Months of silence. Skipping probation check-ins isn't like ghosting your boss. It almost always ends badly in court.
Not without.
She pled true to that. Count 1 is that she has not reported since January 27th of 2025.
Is that true now that she,
That is true.
and intermittently, or she is fully, she's been calling Scott
She is absconded.
since that day?
Yes. Or 90 days after that contact. She is absconded.
She couldn't. Okay, and since she reported since the time on which she was arrested?
She has not reported
Have you spoken to her at the jail?
at the hearing.
All right, did she give a reason for why she didn't report? At this time, I'll pass it on.
Okay, I also would like to know, Ms. Simon, were you able to confirm in any way the arrest? Obviously, she's going to say she didn't do it, and that's okay, but if she was actually just, whether an arrest happened in Florida?
Yes, I did obtain an arrest report from Florida.
PC, okay. But do you have a problem cause, or you have a school office?
So, cool.
Okay, for what crime was she arrested?
There's two. I think one was theft and then obstruction by disguise first.
It was all the same incident.
Yes.
What date did that occur, according to the law?
June 29th, 2025.
And were both those committed?
Objection as far as committed, Your Honor. I don't object to her listing evidence as far as an arrest.
An
As far
arrest.
as the actual commission, it would violate the right to further
Did
prosecution.
the allegation occur?
Yeah, the arrest.
The arrest occurred while she was on probation?
Kelly, this just did something again.
Correct.
And those haven't been resolved here now?
Not now.
May I proceed, Your Honor?
Yes.
She initially failed to report in January, is that right, of 2025?
That was the last face-to-face contact I had.
January 2025. Then arrest, June 29th.
Let's do the math. She stopped reporting in January, vanished for months, and was arrested in Florida by June. Was this just bad timing, or was she on the run?
2025. So February, March, April, May, June, 5 failures to report. And she went into absconder status March of 2025.
It'd be April,
April,
like 90 days after.
90, so April 2025, she became an absconder. 2 months after that, she was arrested in Florida, is that right?
Right.
So you were aware she was in Florida, which state? When were you made aware that she was in custody?
I received a phone call from somebody that let me know that she was arrested and in jail in Florida. And then that's when I received this arrest report.
When did there was an MTRP entered into NCIC, I guess, after April? Was there an MTRP, and that's why Florida advised you there was an active warrant for her then?
There was an active warrant in the interim. She was arrested for these.
Right, and that warrant popped up in June in Florida.
Correct.
So from June 29th to today, she's been in custody, is that right? So
I
she
didn't try to
couldn't
open
report
anything,
it
it just started doing stuff
to
all the
probation
time.
department. She's in custody from June 29th to today. So that's not her fault. She can't.
Correct.
As far as supervising her, she has reported, you say inconsistently, that means she has reported some, correct?
Correct.
During the times that she has reported, have you been able to interact with her appropriately? She maintain proper demeanor, that type of thing?
She was, yes, but she was consistently late. I had to reschedule her several different times to get her out.
Have you had any other difficulties with her as far as just maybe perhaps being late or scheduling, as far as your actual interactions? She maintain appropriate demeanor, acted appropriately with you?
Yes.
Would you object to continuing the supervision?
I would.
Why is that?
My personal opinion on this is for probation as a priority. She has been on probation since 2022 and has made no progress in regards to her duties. She did some community service And that's
When you say progress, how do you measure progress?
satisfying our court order conditions.
And how is she falling short other than the fees and
And she committed
So
an
is this correct in the, hold on a second, hold on. Is in the updated report, it states that since she was granted supervision, has reported 6 times for scheduled office visits. Is that a correct number? Okay. 6 times since 2022.
I have another question, Your Honor.
Let's let Mr. Kimler finish.
if she were to be extended, which the court has the power to do, I mean, you would continue to supervise her, trying to cause you no problem with supervising her.
I would work with her.
See any indication of the need for some type of mental health control or anything of that nature? I mean, I understand she's only reported 6 times. You see any kind of programs or other things that probation could do for her to maybe perhaps to get her on the right track?
I think the only other option would be the cognitive device.
Pass witness.
Your Honor, is this the first time that we've been here on these 2 cases for emotional removal?
No.
This isn't her first violation. In fact, it's becoming a pattern, like ignoring parking tickets until they pile so high you can't escape the consequences.
There was another time back in 2024 in which we had a hearing similar to this, not me, especially the attorney, but she was brought in on emotional removal, and her probation was amended, and she was given 30 days in JCCL, and she was continued, and she was added to the mental health case. Correct?
The hanging in this case, because she didn't report enough to be transferred over to the hanging in this case.
This is not even the first time that we've been here on this on similar allegations. That was a year in 2024. We did the same deal. Is that correct?
I might follow up on that. I believe in the previous HERP, she had a motion, to get a motion to revoke. She had federal charges, is that right?
Correct.
The NTRP was filed after she received the federal charges.
I believe so.
She was housed in the cell unit. Are you supervising her then?
No, it's not.
Do you know if the detainer was placed on her for that NTRP while she was in federal custody?
I did not.
Did she actually do federal time while she was on probation for this case?
That is why the NTLB was dismissed.
So she received, I think, about a year since federal court for misprision of felony. Is that consistent with
1 year federal probation.
prison? She's like that, right?
She got probation.
She had 1 year federal probation.
Probation for misprision? Or you don't know? What the offense was?
I was a concession.
Anyway, she received a year of federal probation, so she was not revoked and was allowed to serve the probation she was currently on.
Correct.
So during the period that she was on federal probation for that year, do you know if she was reporting to a federal probation officer? Was any issues with the federal probation she was aware of?
According to Ms. Tibo, she successfully completed her probation.
And that was at the same time that she was on probation with Jackson County.
Correct.
Was she reporting to you during that time period as well? What was her reporting record to Jefferson County during that period? I guess it was probably back in 2024.
Well, she's reported 6 whole times so obviously it wasn't great even when it was then.
But she was being supervised at least during that period federally. Was that successful? Does that indicate to you that perhaps she can successfully complete Jefferson County probation?
She has the ability to, but whether or not she has the motivation or the want to do so.
I've passed one.
All right, any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Simon. Any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
I would defer to Ms. Tibo, Your Honor. She wanted to address the court. I think she has written to the court, and that letter's incorporated in the PSI.
I received it and read it. Anything else?
No, I mean, I did fail to report it. Sometimes I was hard with scheduling, but a lot of it had to do with my mother being sick, and I brought my mother sick to her office with me multiple times because I wasn't able to just stay where she was at. I brought her when I could I mean, she's bounced now, but at that time frame,
But I
after,
mean, we're talking about since 2022.
I was in
Or
a
20
federal facility for a year and a day.
Okay. All right. So here's the thing. I'm not even sure where this agreement came from and why I accepted it in the first place, because
Concurrent sentencing means serving both punishments at once instead of stacking them back to back. It's about the lightest outcome possible given the situation.
given somebody the minimum of 2 on a probation, so I have really nothing to do hardly on this. But Ms. Tibo, I mean, you've been given every opportunity over the last 4 or 5 years to do everything you're supposed to on this probation, and you've refused to do that. You flat out refused, and everybody, we all have different issues that go along with parents and family members and things that go wrong. And instead of, I mean, it looks like, I think one of the things that concerns me the most is that you called June 2nd asking why the police went to your home. June 2nd you called. And so your probation officer said there's a warrant because of your violations on June 2nd. Then you went to Florida and got arrested for 2 new offenses without registering, without obviously telling anybody where you are and the type of probation you're on, the offense that you're on probation for. That's probably the number one thing that you should do. So flee in the state when you know that there is a warrant for your arrest. Gives me no reason to leave you on probation. Unfortunately, I think for me and for the community, the most I can do is 2 years, and so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find, based on the evidence today, that counts 1 and 3 are true. So I'm going to find you entered your pleas of true to 2 and 4 freely and voluntarily. Find all 4 counts true. Find sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, and cause number 2239100, revoke your probation, sentence you to a term of 2 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You do receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. And cause number 2239101, also find sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, and at this time revoke your probation, sentence you to 2 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive.
At this point, the judge has had enough. The legal talk fades, and what you hear instead is more like a frustrated parent scolding a child who refuses to learn.
Which means together at the same time. You need to sign that, please. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows there was no agreement. You do have some rights to appeal. You can talk to Mr. Kimler about that, and he'll give you a copy of that as soon as y'all get it signed. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.